My name is Dina Barnice, and I'm the lead singer in Rock 9, and we are a classic rock cover band. When our band went into the studio this last fall, Sandra and David were telling us about this and how they were going to just get a bunch of musicians together and throw them together to write some songs. And I have had an interest in songwriting, but no experience, and I thought it would be great to be with some more experienced musicians to have and just be able to experience this together.
I'm Eli Cohen. I'm the executive director here at FALA. We were actually not the people to start this event. We were approached by Mudshark. One of our music teachers had actually taken his students on his own to record at Mudshark because he wanted to give the students an experience of what it was like to record in a recording studio. And because it was something sort of off on his own idea, he actually decided that he wanted to just do it on his own. So he funded it through his own funds. And Mudshark thought, well, that's great that he wants to do that, but obviously, clearly, it would be helpful if we could sort of have more students do that type of stuff. So they approached us and asked us if we would be interested in participating and hosting rehearsals and being a beneficiary. And being an art school in Arizona, we figured we can always use the help. So that's how it came about, actually.
1, 2, 3, forever we'll be. On a second more tree. Forever we'll be. My baby and me. Oh, sorry, I was not ready.
The second one, forever we'll be.
Or right on as you go down. Okay, let's try that one more time. I went to public school here, and I realized what a challenge it is for these music programs to be successful year after year.
Oh, hold the G like the second time?
I don't know.
Anyway, the pattern is
So you
that.
can call it while I play it.
Yeah, once he gets it written down. 1
D
second.
harmonic minor
Well, but they
and
go-
G Dorian, okay?
I ain't so.
Whoa, you talk like that.
You love it when I talk like that?
I'm just gonna roll with it. It's just a bunch of fun, and we came up with a good plan and good few tunes.
Okay,
Yeah,
here's
should
the
be
intro
good.
again. Ice and snow.
As we all know, the youth aren't getting to express themselves musically as much as they should get to.
It's a roll, B flat. Okay, now Hannah solos, and she starts on the C section, which is a G minor. Now we're on the second half of that, which is a B.
I'm feeling a little bit nervous about tonight, but also excited, and I feel really a lot of pride in the stuff that we came up with, so I'm really excited to share it with everyone.
It could be. I noticed mistakes like that.
Yeah.
Do you have lyric ideas?
Yeah, I have a better lyric idea.
Okay.
It's like, frozen apples from trees, why are you talking to me?
Cool.
Because I was like,
Frozen apples from trees. How do you want it? What's the melody?
yeah, just
Frozen apples from trees. Why
why you talking to me? Oh, sure.
So I was thinking like, frozen apples on trees. Why are you talking to me? You keep doing you, and I'll keep doing me. So that's not just like the same melody over and over. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that would be great to have like a 4-line thing.
Frozen apples on trees. Why you talking to me?
As long as you're willing to compromise, there really is no challenge, and as long as everyone's open and free, I mean, it's just cool what happens.
I have always loved just pushing myself out of my comfort zone and just seeing what can happen when you put people with really disparate influences together.
Kind of go into it.
This has given me an opportunity to put myself out of my comfort zone and play with some new people, get a new sound.
You know, I got one day to try and write a couple of songs, so you kind of just got to go with the flow, put in, you know, what you're, put in your 2 cents, but also be willing to listen and go with what the other musicians have to put forward for the song.
It's just rapid fire, almost like an open mic, and with a lot of people, and there's a lot of planning that went into it. Thanks David and Sandra and Mudshark Studios, but this is really cool. Awesome.
I think one of the best ways of just getting better and having fun is playing with other people and playing with a lot of different people. So an event like this where you just kind of all get thrown in a hat and mixed up and you're just sort of forced to work together is it's really beneficial.
I've never done anything like this, so to write a bunch of songs in a short amount of time and practice everything and get a cover going, yeah, it's really fun. It's pushing me to be a better musician, I'm sure. 2 things. My band, Grimm, recorded at Mudshark Recording Studios, and we love David and everybody over there, and when they offered me this chance, I was like, of course. And on top of that, I just happened to find out after I agreed that it's going towards the music program at my kids' school, and I have 2 kids that are, need that money for violins and things, so it's great.
When you're a musician in a small town, you get stuck with the same musicians over and over again, you know? If you're like, oh, I'm going to start a new band, I'm going to call a drummer that I know, or call a bass player that I know. But in this case, you end up playing music with a lot of people you wouldn't necessarily reach out to.
Kind of what Jeremy was saying, just meeting a bunch of different people. I actually was really looking forward to meeting some more female musicians because growing up in Flagstaff, the scene has been kind of male-dominated. And the band that I used to have was just girls, and it was acoustic. So I was hoping to run into it.
Flagstaff has a really sweet music community, and it was cool that everyone was coming together and then giving back to the schools, which I thought was pretty rad. And just getting to play with like different people from around the community that you always see in different bands, but then you actually get to play with them and experiment a little bit.
My name is Owen Davis, and I'm not technically in a band in town. I curate an experimental music series. So I love noise music, experimental music, improvised music, and yeah, happy to be here.
My name is Sean Dennehy. I play in a band called Lucky Lenny, among some other projects. And what else?
Just the genre that you...
The genre. I play a lot of bluegrass and Americana music, but also funk and jazz and blues, and I love all kinds of music.
And I'm Amber Baker, and I collaborate with lots of different musicians in town. I've played with Dub and Down at the Blues and been out to Mudsharks recording with different groups. So I primarily play folk music when I do independent stuff, and then I like doing blues, funk as well.
My name is Paul Peralt. I lead a band called Planet Sandwich, which is a rock band, and I also play with Sean and Lucky Lenny, and a variety of other projects, conduits of late. And so I like to mix it up and try a lot of different things. My background is bass, so I like backing up other people on that. And I'm also a songwriter for Planet Sandwich. So.
Spencer Vanderveer. I play in a group called the Vanderveer Breaks, a relatively new group. I like to play stuff like rock, blues, psychedelic stuff, funk, a lot of jazz. And I have been known to do some acoustic folk stuff and some bluegrass as well.
solid. Thank you.
Well, I think the decision there was based on time, really. I mean, if we had all the time in the world, we probably would have all just worked together. But with, a few hours to write 2 new songs and come up with a cover and practice it with people that some of these people I've either never played with before or only played with maybe a few times. But so we decided to split up in groups and at least for the original tunes and kind of write tunes as 2 different units, and then we haven't yet, we're about to come together and learn those tunes together.
Come together.
We put that lyric in our song, and we're also playing the song Come Together. Our cover of choice is the Beatles' Come Together.
I've had the idea to do something like this since I opened the studio. I've always asked bands when they came in, and if I had this event where we kind of put people together and made you guys all come up with songs and play the show, would it be something you'd be excited about? And everyone usually responds with yes. And so, but I never really had a goal for why I wanted to do it, and I wanted it to be a big event, and I wanted it to mean something and be a bit of a fundraiser for something, and that was just besides the studio. And so we recently had a group of kids come in to do a recording project, and it was considered an extra curricular activity for the school, so they weren't able to fund it. So the choir teacher had to fund it himself through his funds, and so we thought, that doesn't really work that well. I think we could do something about that, make this a lot easier for people to be able to come in here and express themselves, record. And so that became sort of the catalyst of why we decided to get it back together and make it an actual thing than just an idea. So